Hey guys, back with the old bug out bag talk. As you can see, this is still my bug out bag. It's still a real thing. We're going to be talking about section 3 of my bug out bag, which is food. We're headed on over to the camping shack. I'm going to break it down for you, Barney style, so you can actually see how I do it. Hopefully the wind has calmed down a little bit, so I don't need this mic, but if I have to, I'll use it again. Anyway, headed off to the camping shack. We'll see you there. But before we get there, make sure you remember to hit that like and subscribe button. So as we were talking about on the way over here, bug out bag, section 3, food. I am not an advocate of the dehydrated food that you can buy in a lot of different places, especially not that junk out of Walmart. That stuff will make your belly not right for a good period of time. And there's some considerations to really think about too, which we'll discuss here in the video. So let's just go ahead and get the food out. I keep my food near the top of my pack, underneath my quick access areas. Things that I need the most, I do keep my food inside of the plastic bag because why not? So I've got that, that's not food, and here's my food. There's 1, 2, and that's not food. 3. As you can tell, I love the Ziploc bags because they're multi-purpose, and we're going to talk about those here in a second. So let's go on inside of the camping shed, and we'll knock this all out for you. So as you can see, I don't have any quick, fast, in a hurry meals that you have to add water to and all these other things. Each one of these packets is the food for the day. Remember, this is a 72-hour bug out bag. Water is a commodity that you're going to go through when you're in a bug out scenario. You want to absorb as much water as you can through its natural source, that whole liquid H2O process of drinking it from the bottle and things like that. You don't want to try and absorb your liquid through food. By using dehydrated food, in my opinion, you are literally just wasting water. Now, it does go in your body. It does do all these things. We're not going to get into the science of it. We're just going to show you what I actually do. So, like I said, this is 72 hours worth of food. I picked this idea up from doing some long-range hiking up in the Appalachians, and it works for me. So, here's what I'm going to do. We're just going to go ahead and get rid of that creaking noise as a door. It's windy outside. You may hear it in the background, but we're going to go ahead and just go into one of these meals and show you those different things. So, let's get rid of these. Amazon lady, yeah, she brought me some stuff. Okay, all right. So, like I said, this is the. Is this in the right spot? It is. So this is enough food for one day. So let's go ahead and dig into it. I love the Ziploc bags. I recommend that you take care of your Ziploc bags. I probably need to replace this one, and the reason is because I use the freezer bag. The reason I use a freezer bag is because if I want to, I can actually pour boiling hot water into a freezing bag, and it will work just fine. So let's go ahead and get this stuff out of here, and we'll talk about it in pieces. I'm just going to set this bag like right over here someplace. All right, first things first, I always put my spoon in one of the freezer bags that I'm going to start with. That way I always know exactly where my spoon is. I'm not worrying about it getting lost or anything like this. This is actually a pretty nifty one right here. I'll put a link down below for this one because this is my favorite spoon. They also come in a set of 2, by the way. This is titanium, so it's light as hell. All right, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and start with breakfast. All right, so what we have right here is some maple brown sugar, instant oatmeal. Nothing fancy. I just need to get some carbs out of it. I just need to get some energy out of it. You pour a little bit of hot water in this puppy right here, and you are good to go. You could actually use this bag right here. Sometimes people use these little bags. These are actually my vitamins. But what I probably need to put inside of here is a quart size freezer bag so that I could actually cook this stuff in here. Or maybe I'll just get myself a titanium tote, which you may or may not see in some future videos, to cook stuff like this in. It's a pretty good idea. So we're going to set breakfast over here. Also, I like my coffee, and this is just a wrapper. Oh my God, I can't believe this. So I like my coffee, and this is what I'm going to drink. Yes, Taster's Choice House Blend. It's not the best, but it is cheap, and it does work. gets me going. Also, I've got my vitamins and I've got an allergy pill in here, just in case. Sometimes I need it, sometimes I don't, but I have one adult multivitamin right there. So I always put those inside my food case. So breakfast is come and gone. I'm on foot. I'm moving around, and I'm starting to get the munchies. So what I do is I just break out one of these sweet and salty bars right here, and yeah, this is going to keep me going for a while. So I'm going down the road, and I decide that I want some lunch. I want some lunch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break out this premium white chicken right here. And the reason I'm going to do that is because this is where I'm going to get my protein. This is 12 grams of protein. Eat the whole thing. It's 110 calories. It's not a lot, but it's loaded with protein. And I can actually mix it up if I want to with some different things. But for the most part, I might use half of this Spanish rice for lunch. And the reason I'll do that is because I can get some calories out of it, and I'm just going to keep going. So there's lunch right there. Once again, we're in the mid. We're moving along here, and we've got some snacks that we're going to do. I'm going to whip out one of these other candy bars right here, and I'm just going to keep going. The sweet and salty Chewy granola bars, 170 calories. It's loaded with fat, sodium, carbs, and protein. All the stuff a growing boy needs to get through an SHTF situation. And then I'm going to, at the end of the day, I'll probably have a little bit of this rice left over, because this is actually enough rice for like 2 people. And I'm going to mix it with this chickpea masala. This stuff is all pre-cooked food, guys. You don't have to even put anything in it. You don't even have to heat it up if you don't want to. And this is going to fill my belly. This is going to fill my belly. And I'm also going to dump this liquid IV hydration formula into one of my bottles of water, and I'm going to drink the whole thing. And probably just before bed, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I get this old emergency inside of me if I need it. If I don't, I don't. It's not a big deal. But this stuff right here, that will keep you going. And then when you wake up in the morning, you're going to feel like 100%. You're going to feel right as rain, and you're going to be ready to go for the next day and start this all over 3 days. Because that's how much food I carry, 3 days worth of food. All right, so let's go ahead and summarize. All right, so I've got my vitamins. Got to have those guys right there. I've got my titanium spoon. I've got my chickpea marsala and my rice. This is for lunch and supper. This is for supper. This is my instant oatmeal for breakfast. I've got some white chicken over here. It's going to give me some solid source of protein. I've got some coffee for breakfast in the morning. I've got some emergency to keep my immune system strong, and it's also got some dietary supplement stuff in it too. I've got myself some liquid hydration, some liquid IV. I'm going to use that at the end of the day to rehydrate my body, and then obviously I've got my snacks. I got my after breakfast, and I've got my after lunch snack right here. I hope this helps you guys out. This is what I carry. I carry that, and then obviously 1 and then 2. And obviously I change these up. I've got some Loma full meals. Got some Hawaiian bowl stuff that I also like to carry right there. That's kind of like the super meal itself. I also have the rice in there. I got my original Ben's original rice, but it's pretty much the same thing that I just lined up right here. That's the way I do it. Those are my 3 days worth of food. Now, why do I not use freeze-dried food? Well, 1, it's expensive. 2, you have to put water in it. 3, you may have to actually use boiling water in it. That's really about it. Some of it is not good for you at all. Some of it, if you eat, especially the Walmart stuff, I don't even remember what brand that is. It's like a white package with blue markings on it. That stuff will just tear your guts up. And I think the last thing you want to be doing in a bug out situation is going through what little toiletry you have. I think it's smarter just to keep things in your body that you know that they're going to accept and that are going to process and give you protein. Now, this is not a very heavy caloric level. Okay, this is not. There's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, you need 3,000 calories. Well, you know what? You're not a battle-hardened soldier, and you're not carrying 45, 50 pounds on your back. Okay, you're not carrying a full plate kit with 160 rounds. You're not carrying every IFAK under the planet. You're not carrying a gas mask. You're not carrying ballistic armor on top of your head. That's why those guys need all of those calories. You're not doing that. You don't need all those calories. Now, will it hurt you to have that many calories? No, not at all. Not at all. You're going to be moving. You're going to be losing weight whether you like it or not, whether you eat this amount of calories or whether you eat 3,000 calories. I am going to calculate all these calories up just for you guys so you know that I know what I'm talking about. And you'll see that these are significantly less than what they're recommending. But I also think that it's smart to look at it realistically instead of thinking that you're the new battle-born guy and walking around in your full kit, because that's just not who you are. You're a prepper. You're a person. You're just trying to get from point A to point B safely. All right, guys, I think that's going to be about it. As usual, if you haven't done it yet, please hit the subscribe, hit the like button. It does help. And as usual, stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.